for this Dodger ball club. For the Dodgers, they will be entertaining the Rockies here tomorrow night at Dodger Stadium. And for San Diego, make that for the Cubs, they'll be headed to San Diego. Here's Dave Roberts' starting lineup. So the Dodgers again trying to make it 2 out of 3 in the win column in this series. Shohei Ohtani, the designated hitter, he'll lead it off. Mookie Betts is in shortstop position. Tommy Edman in center. In right field is Teoscar Hernandez. Michael Conforto will bat fifth. He'll be in left field. Will Smith behind the plate doing the catching. At third base, Max Muncy. Kike Hernandez gets the start at first base. This was a planned off day for Freddie Freeman coming off the injured list with the ankle. So Hernandez will be at first. Miguel Rojas starting at second base. He'll bat in the 9 spot. And for Glasnow, his third start, a record of 1-0. And for Glasnow, last Sunday in Philadelphia, he was very good the first couple of innings. Then came unraveled as the third inning opened up with light rain. Well, no rain this afternoon. It is bright sunshine. The question is, how long will it take for the shadows to cover up home plate area? Happy to have you with us. All set to go. Final game of 3. Dodgers and Cubs. And with the play, here's Steven.
Thank you, Mo. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, welcome back to Dodger Stadium. A rubber match of this 3-game series against the Cubs, and the Dodgers desperately trying to put what happened in Game 2 behind them. Tyler Glasnow has completed his warm-up tosses. So we're in the home whites, the high blue socks. The Cubs in their road grays. Ian Happ, the switch-hitting left fielder, steps in from the left side. Glasnow is ready, and here's the pitch. Happ swinging away, sends it to left field. Conforto breaks in and makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Tyler Glasnow here in the top of the first inning. 4:10 start, 70 degrees at Blue Heaven on Earth. You can see the San Gabriel's peeking through the haze now. Today's Time and Temp brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now the prize offseason acquisition for Chicago, the right fielder Kyle Tucker batting from the left side. And the owner of a 16-game on-base streak, hitting .328 this year. Glasnow's first pitch. Fastball at the knees, ball 1. Glasnow didn't like that call from Sean Barber, who has home plate tonight. Tucker, 3 for 8 in this series. Pitch from Glasnow, rope to first, and there's Kike Hernandez on a line, 2 gone. Kike properly positioned there, Mo, maybe 12 feet inside the line at first to corral that line drive.
Again, for Glasnow, that last outing, I mean, he was very good in the first couple of innings of that ball game. And then just all of a sudden, it's like the wheels fell off the buggy.
Nice ovation and some standing for Justin Turner, the Cubs DH, batting third. Pitch from Glasnow. Turner takes. Fastball low, ball 1. JT, just his 10th game of the season. Hitting .238 this year to start. No home runs, 4 RBIs. Glasnow comes home and again misses downstairs with a fastball at 98, 2-0. It's interesting, not that Turner's in the lineup as the DH. Seiya Suzuki got hurt last night, but that Turner is batting third against Glasnow. The 2-0 pitch. Turner takes again. This one's in there for a strike. That's because, Mo, the career numbers for Justin Turner against Tyler Glasnow are the opposite of good. He's 0 for 14 with 10 strikeouts against the Dodgers righty. 2-1, swung on and fouled back into net. Square count 2-2.
Yeah, but he is a guy that does have the ability to put the ball into play, and I think that's what the Cubs are looking at. The Cubs have been a very active team on the bases as well. We talked about it from really game 1 of this series, where they have only been thrown out 1 time trying to steal bases. They come on having stolen 25 at 26, and this series got underway.
Strike 3 call. Painted fastball in the outside corner. Aquí caps an 8-pitch top of the first for Tyler Glasnow, sending the Cubs down in order. Escape the confines. Cubs starter, it's the right-hander Colin Ray. Fourth appearance, but first start as he replaces the injured Justin Steele in the rotation. The Cubs announcing today that their ace lefty will miss the rest of the year, undergoing reconstructive surgery on his left elbow. So Ohtani digs in and will try and jumpstart this Dodger offense. It was shut out for the first time last night. Also held without an extra base hit for the first time all season. Ohtani's ready, as is the righty Ray. First pitch taken, strike one. Shohei has some good memories to draw on against Colin Ray. He is 2 for 6, but both hits are homers. On the 0-1, Shohei takes low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Dodgers in Ray's career, 7 games, 4 starts against the Dodgers. 1-1 with a very high ERA, almost 6.5.
The 1-1 pitch. Ohtani swings and pushes it in the air, left field side, slicing toward the line and along the fence. Happ tries to make the play but cannot. It bounces on the very first row and skips into the field level seats. Ultimately, strike 2.
Stephen, we continue to see the Cubs with Ohtani. We've seen it with Muncy and with Conforto as well, left-handed batters. But they play center fielder, Crow Armstrong, as if they are right-handed pull hitters, because he's playing over in the left center field.
1-2 pitch. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Square count to Ohtani. He was 1 for 7 in the series. Was 0 for 4 with a couple of Ks in the opener. He's got 2 strikes against him here. He's been terrific with 2 strikes all season. The pitch. Ohtani fights it in the air. Left field side again. This is drifting toward the seats and comfortably away from Happ. No score. Game 3 of this 3-game series just underway. Tyler Glasnow, dynamite start in the first inning. Now just getting going the bottom of the first. Right now, Ohtani is bunny hopping outside the batter's box, trying to kick some dirt off of his cleats. 3 hops like he was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. On the 2-2. And Shohei takes a called strike to Ray. He knew it right away. A K for Ray, 1 gone in the first.
You know, that was an interesting pitch right there. First of all, if we look at Kelly, the catcher, he was sitting really way outside on the corner. That pitch was inside. So go figure. Colin Ray gets the strikeout on a pitch that he missed the target by 1.5 feet.
Now Mookie Betts with 1 out and nobody on. The pitch. Way outside. Mookie's 1 for 7 in the series, batting .286 on the whole this year, his first 13 games. 3 homers, 8 RBIs. The 1-0 coming. Taken for strike 1, leveling the count.
Armstrong in center playing exactly the same spot with Betts up there as he was Ohtani.
The 1-1 pitch. Taken again by Mookie. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Going 0 for 4 yesterday was Betts, and that ended a modest 6-game hitting streak. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count goes square. Ray, the 34-year-old right-hander, born in Iowa, raised in Iowa, offers the 2-2 and misses with ball 3, filling the count for Mookie. The pitch, and Mookie's down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Colin Ray to open the game, getting Ohtani and then Betts. At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, groundbreaking research meets world-class expertise in treatment. U.S. News and World Report once again is named CHLA the #1 hospital in all of California. Learn more today at chla.org. Now Tommy Edmonds steps in. 2 outs, no runners on base. Strike 1 from Ray.
Edmund, not your prototypical number 3 hitter in the lineup. But he also has 6 home runs already. They're going to come inside on the target.
And missed too far inside. 1 ball, 1 strike for Tommy. Edman was 0 for 3 with a strikeout last night. He's just 1 for 7 in the series, but that one hit, the decisive 3-run homer in the series opener. The 1-1 pitch. Tommy takes away 2-1. He has 14 home runs now against the Cubs and 38 RBIs. It's the most versus any single opponent in his major league career. Rays 2-1. Edman pops it in the air, drifting foul on the third base side. Now 2-2. The 14 home runs are 7 more than the next closest opponent. That's Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. Of course, Tommy, longtime veteran of the NL Central for the Cubs' arch rival, the St. Louis Cardinals. But 6 home runs his first 6 games played as a Dodger against Chicago as well. Base is empty. 2 gone. No score in the bottom of the first. Pitch to Edman. Pulls it on the ground to first. And flip to Ray, covering the bag by Michael Busch. So Ray matches Glasnow. A 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning. We go to the second. Still no score.
LA's best sports time.
That's a His first few games against the Dodgers this year, he was 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts. And then he erupted last night. 4 for 6, 4 runs scored, 3 RBIs, 1 home run, nearly had another, not for the highlight reel catch by Andy Pages. But he hit the ball hard all night. First pitch from Glasnow, taken by Busch, ball 1. The 1-0. Swung on and sent to left center field. Edman calling for it. Sunglasses there for Tommy. And he reaches out to make the catch. The shadows drifting in, most notably to the back end of the dirt behind third base, the light tower. And then the other tower shadow drifting closer towards home plate as Dansby Swanson digs in from the right side.
Yeah, right now is not the opportune time if you're a right fielder to have a low line drive hit your direction. You're staring right into the big sun.
Glasnow kicks and deals and misses, low and away in the dirt. Ball 1 to Swanson. The Cubs shortstop 1 for 8 in the series with 3 strikeouts. Swanson, Freddie Freeman's former teammate, and the two won a World Series together in Atlanta. Swinging a foul ball back into the net. 1-1. Series on the line today, Mo.
Yeah, and the Cubs can in a lot of credentials too, Steve. We were talking about it. I mean, you look, first of all, they're atop the Central Division of the National League. One game as it started today against the Milwaukee Brewers.
1-1. Waved at. Strike two.
And they came in with good team average. They scored more runs than any other team in baseball. Didn't hurt last night. They came up with 16 runs on 21 hits.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Swanson. The pitch from Glasnow. In the dirt. Count evens up 2-2. Glasnow got through the first inning on just 8 pitches, 5 of them for strikes. So we welcome those of you who have finished watching the completion of the Masters at Augusta National. Rory McIlroy, that's his first green jacket and a career Grand Slam.
What a finish. What a final round.
That was a roller coaster ride, wasn't it? The exact opposite for the Dodgers last night. It was that roller coaster was broken from the 7th inning on. The 2-2 pitch, and Swanson cues it over the net foul behind home plate. Trying to flush that one quick and get Tyler Glasnow back on track following a relatively disastrous outing in Philadelphia a week ago Sunday at the bank. Just 2+ innings, 2 hits, 5 earned runs. Check swing, did he go? Oh, Swanson held up, says crew chief James Hoy at first base. Full count now. 5 walks, including 4 in the 3rd inning alone before he was removed from the game. Swanson popped up, shallow right field. Teoscar Hernandez coming in, and he's camped out to make the catch. 2 away.
Just a little gentle breeze. For the most part, blowing out towards center field. It has turned a couple of different times out towards left field, but predominantly wind blowing out a little bit.
Between 5 and 10 miles per hour, according to our trusty weather app. And the wind's blowing the haze out of the way so we can see the San Gabriels beyond Dodger Stadium. Glasnow's first pitch, low and away to Nico Horner, the second baseman in the 6th spot of the order. It's been 5 up, 5 down for the Dodgers righty so far. No score here in the top of the 2nd. 2 gone. Horner swings and fouls back a strike. 98 on the 4-seam fastball from Glasnow. Horner's 1 for 8 in the series. Batting average at .294 for the Cubs' right-handed hitter. Pitch from Glasnow. Sent the opposite way, right where Teoscar Hernandez is drifting back. 8 feet in front of the warning track in the corner. He makes the catch, flips the ball to a fan in the stands. They get 6 up, 6 down for Glasnow.
Can't get enough baseball? Start streaming.
Another day brings another game and a chance to get back in the win column. Colin Ray's first pitch to Teo, low and away, ball 1. No score here as we kick off the bottom of the second inning. Shadows now crossing home plate as Ray comes home and delivers strike 1 to Teo.
There aren't too many people who talked about the offenses has really kind of changed for this Dodger ball club. You know, they opened up 8-0 for the season. They were scoring over 5.5 runs a game.
1-1 pitch. Teoscar swings through, strike 2.
Well, the last 8 games where the Dodgers are 3-5, less than 3.5 runs per game. So there's been a little bit of a fall off in that area.
This is something we talked about even in the immediate aftermath of that 8-0 start, Mo. The home runs the Dodgers were hitting were masking a lot of the issues.
Mm-hmm.
The 1-2 pitch. Teoscar takes, and that didn't miss by much. A fastball just outside. So Teo will get another pitch at least. 2-2.
I think especially too when you're talking about a lot of those were come from behind with late inning heroics home runs.
Foul ball into the net. No change in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Teo. He's got a 6-game hit streak going. Teoscar has been pretty steady. His batting average at .300. He's had some key hits, especially in that 8-0 start. His second season as a Dodger. But he strikes out swinging here, and Ray has punched out 3 of the first 4 Dodgers. 1 out here in the second.
And this may be the best hitting conditions you're going to be having for the next, maybe 10 minutes or so. Home plate has that spidery shadow right now cast by the light standard off to our left and up above. But that shadow is going to move in, and it will become increasingly more difficult to really pick up the rotation of a baseball as a hitter.
Michael Conforto twirls the bat toward the mound. He's ready to go. Left-handed hitter against the righty Ray. Line to center field. That's a base hit. Michael Conforto wasting no time against Colin Ray. First hit of the game for either team. A 1-out single for Conforto. I like that aggressive approach from Conforto. You know he can and will take pitches, but getting after it there.
The Dodgers just felt, they talked about it. Andrew Friedman talked about it even in spring training. They just feel that Conforto is better suited to play here at Dodger Stadium than physically the sideline and the big right center field up in San Francisco when he was with the Giants.
He's on first, 1 out, no score in the bottom of the second. Here's Will Smith. First pitch swinging, shattered bat. That's going to bloop in the right center for a base hit. Conforto trying to go to third. The throw, the tag. He's saved. Oh, aggressive base running from Michael Conforto. Going first to third on the bloop from Will Smith. And the Dodgers have the Cubs cornered here in the second.
Yeah, and a good angle also by Conforto coming around the bases. Boy, that bat just absolutely exploded on the meat end of the bat. And Conforto hit the bag, the second base bag, with his right foot. That allows him to get a better angle going over to third, and just does make it in time with a slide to the outfield side of the bag and reached in with a right hand to grab it.
First and third, only 1 out. Here's Max Muncy. Off yesterday, went 1 for 3 in the series opener. First pitch swinging, fouls away, strike 1.
The question is, how important is it for the Dodgers to take the initial lead? Well, here's the perfect spot. Avoid the ground ball, avoid the double play to end the inning, but you need to answer quickly today after the drubbing last night.
Once he's still efforting his first home run of the year. Ray misses up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Base hit for Muncy last night. Beg your pardon, he was off the series opener. Back in there today at the hot corner. Dodgers at the corners. The 1-1 pitch. Muncy stares at ball 2 outside. Ray can't land the curve. Max hitting 184, trying to get that average back above 200. OPS is low 2. The 2-1 pitch. Muncy swings through, strike 2. Elevated fastball from Ray. No home runs yet this year, but 13 in his career against the Cubs in 42 games. No score here in the bottom of the second. Ray with a pickoff attempt. Will Smith back to the bag at first. Conforto on third. Smith on first base. Muncy at the dish. 1 out in the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ray comes set. And Muncy hits it in the air, drifting foul in the field level seats on the third base side.
First event of the game with a runner in scoring position. Dodgers last night had only 3. Cubs had 19 such at bats.
Another 2-2 pitch coming. And Muncy strikes out swinging. Fastball at 94 in the inner third, and Max couldn't catch up to it. So, 2 out. It'll be up to Kike Hernandez. And they want to get that run in from third. Less than 2 outs.
We've seen a lot more swing and misses by this Dodger ball club. You go back to the last road trip in particular. A team that is normally very patient.
First pitch to Kike Hernandez is on the way. He takes fastball, strike 1. And we've seen more strikeouts from Muncy this year. That's his 23rd of the season. He has struck out at least once in 14 of 15 games. He's watching on now. First and third, 2 out. 0-1 the count for Kike. The pitch. Hernandez, base hit, left field. Conforto scores and the Dodgers strike first. Kike Hernandez laces one to left, the drop down in front of half. Will Smith goes to second. It's 1-0 LA.
And they need Hernandez also to start swinging the bat much better, and that's a very good start right there. Not only for Kike individually, but for the team collectively.
So a 2-out single from Kike Hernandez here in the second inning. Puts the Dodgers on top 1-0. Now the last of the order, Miguel Rojas starting today at second base. Smith on second, Kike off first. Cub infield playing back. First pitch. In there for a strike. Gave him a breaking ball to start. Rojas taps the plate once, twirls the bat twice. Rested on the shoulder. Ray looks back. And he's out of the stretch. Upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Base hit to the outfield. Kike Hernandez run over first. Have to keep an eye on Will Smith, who is at second base. Smith, a much slower runner than Hernandez.
The 1-1. Rojas checks up on ball 2 downstairs. Rojas, last couple of starts, 3 for his last 5 at the plate. The pitch. Now Rojas, left center field, but this is going to hang up for Pete Crow Armstrong to make the catch. But that comes after Kike Hernandez comes through with a 2-out single. So the Dodgers lead 1-0 as this game moves.
So many times I thought I found my way back. 난 아직 준비 안 됐어, and that's a fact, yeah. 네 말대로 나 움직여 like I don't wanna morning on 어차피 잠도 안 오고 잠이 올 때가 왔지. Sleep is for weak, 어머님이 그런 소리 말했었지. 거리에 걸었던 이고나 버렸던 비가, yeah, know what I mean. 보고 싶기도 하지. 멘도는 팽이처럼 도고 돌아왔지. 나 아마 TV 길이 맞는지, 나 아마 TV 길이 모르지. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's go. 한말 don't fit. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's. 한말 don't fit. 나 봐 how I missed that. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's go. 한말 don't fit. 나 봐 how I missed that. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's go. Born and ready, let's go. Go 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 go.
Glasnow. Muncy on the grass at third in case Carl Armstrong wants to lay down a bunt. Keeps the bat on his shoulder for Glasnow's first pitch. Fastball that misses up and away. 1-0. Carl Armstrong 1 for 9 in the series. The run scored. As swung on, lifted high in the air, right field corner, hooking toward the pole. Teoscar Hernandez is on the run, and this ball is gone. Off the foul pole goes Pete Crow Armstrong, and the Harvard Westlake Wolverine has a game-tying, towering blast into the right field corner. It's 1-1.
Catcher number 15.
And the Cubs again, they put runs on the board. They've scored more runs than anybody else in baseball.
370-foot blast for Pete Crow Armstrong, his first home run of the season. And we got a new ball game, tied at 1. First pitch to Kelly, strike one. And Carson Kelly, he had himself a Saturday night.
He had himself a week.
Great point. The pitch from Glasnow, way outside, 1-1.
I kept saying last night, look, he's the number 9 hitter in the lineup last night. I said, hey, wait a minute. You walked him twice. You can't walk the number 9 hitter. You have to make him swing the bat. Well, he did.
Glasnow misses with the slider, 2-1. Three for 3, 2 home runs, 2 walks, 3 runs scored. Glasnow misses low with the fastball, 3-1 to Kelly. So off to a terrific start his first season in Chicago, splitting time behind the plate with Miguel Amaya. This is his 9th game. First 8, he's batting .417. And he draws a walk. Glasnow again downstairs to the fastball. So the first 2 Cubs here in the 7 and 8 spots of the order have reached against them in the 3rd.
Well, the 3rd inning was the problematic inning in Philadelphia for Glasnow in the last outing. The difference was it began to have light rain in the 3rd inning in Philly. And that's when Glasnow, mentioned before, that's when the wheels came off the buggy.
Matt Shaw, the 3rd baseman, the rookie, taps a sinker off the plate, foul for strike 1.
After the rains came, it just looked like Glasnow came unraveled. 5 runs, although only 1 hit, but walked 4 in the fateful 3rd.
Glasnow misses with the slider. 2 balls and a strike on the rookie Shaw. So for 4 in this series, batting .157 this year. Game tied at 1. Pete Crow Armstrong led off the 3rd inning with a solo homer for the Cubs. Now Kelly on first, no out. The pitch skips up and over Will Smith, and Kelly scampers to second base, getting into scoring position. So the 3rd inning issues continuing for Tyler Glasnow.
Well, pitch that removes the ground ball double play possibility. Just little things. Really, in the last week plus was Dodger Ball Club. The little things have not been that tight.
A runner on second. Dodger infield playing back, shifted over to the left side against the righty Shaw. Close batting stance, swing and a ground ball that will dribble foul. Just left of the bag, picked up by Muncy. 2-2.
Hey, friends, you can shop the new Dodgers World Series Champion Gold Collection. That's right, at MLBshop.com. Embellished with gold accents and scripts, you can get the gear that celebrates the glory of last season's journey. Again, that's MLBshop.com.
Dodgers 11-5, the Cubs 10-7. Chicago leading the National League Central Division. The Dodgers not leading the West. They're now 2 games behind the Padres because San Diego shut out the Rockies again today. 2-2 pitch from Glasnow. Downstairs, full count on the number 9 hitter, Shaw. So San Diego now 13-3. The Rockies didn't score a run in any game the whole series. Of course, Colorado coming to Dodger Stadium tomorrow. Glasnow's payoff to Shaw. Strike three called just off the inside part of the plate. Glasnow will take that. No questions asked. That gives him out number one here in the third inning. Second punch out for Glasnow, and the lineup will turn over. Back to the top with Ian Happ. He flew out to left in the very first pitch of the game today. Kelly still on second base, one out. Game tied at 1. Glasnow's first pitch, strike one. And that's a massive thing for him this year. The walks have been a surprising issue for Glasnow. He was so good in the spring with the control. Just 2 walks in his spring outings. The pitch to Happ. And that's going to drop down into the glove of Tommy Edman, who laid out to make a sprawling grab. I didn't think there was any way he was going to get to that sinking line drive. Never doubt Tommy Edman.
Just read the ball off the bat very well. Got the advantage. It's actually a pretty good background for outfielders to see the ball. The reason? Well, the stands behind home plate are in shadows. Home plate right now in bright sunshine for another maybe 2 minutes. Then it's going to be sucked up by the shadows itself. But what a tremendous catch by Tommy Edman, who's done just about everything since he put on the Dodger uniform.
2 outs. Kelly still on second. Game tied at 1. Here's Kyle Tucker. Glasnow delivers, bounces ball one off the plate. Good block by Will Smith. Well, gosh, that's 2 games in a row the Dodgers have had a sparkling catch in center field. Yesterday it was Pages at the wall, and today it was Andy Pages charging in, sliding across the 42 logo, burned into the grass here at Dodger Stadium in center field.
I remember it was last night in the first inning. Pages also made a sliding catch. With 2 good defensive plays last night. Another one here this afternoon.
Tucker rolls it foul toward his own on-deck circle. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tucker, who's lined out to Kike Hernandez at first base back in the first inning. Dodgers 1, Cubs 1. Carson Kelly, the catcher, on second base. Glasnow peeks at him, comes home to Tucker. Tapper to left side. Mookie charging. Has it in the glove. Transfers and throws. Got him! Good play by Mookie Betts. Tucker's got some speed down the line, but Mookie made the play. So after the leadoff home run and then a walk and wild pitch, Glasnow settled in to get the next 3 Cubs in order. They'll go to the from Kike Hernandez. Pete Crow Armstrong got that run right back with a leadoff blast for the Cubs in the third inning. So we're tied at 1 here in this rubber match. Shohei struck out looking in the first inning. He's back up again. Rays first offering, a high cutter called strike 1.
And the Shadows have indeed just gone past home plate.
Ohtani cut in half by those Shadows from our vantage point. The 0-1 tails away with a curveball. Even count, 1-1. Ray delivers. Shohei takes. It's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike.
You and I were having a conversation before the ballgame about Shohei Ohtani. This is another inning that he is leading off. Oh, he's the leadoff hitter as the DH when the game gets underway.
The 2-1. Ohtani swings, pushes it high in the air left field, shallow left field, and playable for half. He makes the catch just inside the shadow line.
But to complete that conversation they were having, it is shocking when you look at Ohtani this year. And here we are in game number 17. Ohtani's had all of 3 at-bats this year with a runner in scoring position. Just 3 at-bats.
That's not been enough table setting done in front of him. Strike 1 to Mookie Betts.
Yeah, it's the bottom third of the order that has not really been productive to get on base when you got the big part of this lineup coming on. Ohtani, Betts, and then normally Teoscar Hernandez or Freddie Freeman.
The 0-1. Mookie takes upstairs. No Freddie Freeman today. Planned off day coming off the injured list. Injured right ankle. Here's Rays 1-1. Betts swings and lines it foul of the third base line. 2 strikes against him. Mookie struck out swinging. He's 0 for 1. Average now at 280. Will Smith, the lone Dodgers starter, with an average north of 300. A 1-2. Mookie pokes it. Shallow right field. Tucker fighting the sun. Waited a moment. Comes in. Slides and can't make the catch. Horner going back from second base. Probably played with Kyle Tucker and factored in as well. Whatever the case, it dropped in and Mookie Betts is on first.
Well, that's a slide to make a catch that did not have to be a slide. Now, somebody's got to take charge, and for an outfielder, you've got to let that infielder know, hey, look, I'm going to catch the ball. Clear the room. Get out of the way. But that's a slide. If you continue running, you're going to cover another 3 or 4 feet that you're not sliding head first to try and catch the ball.
Betts on first, 1 out, bottom 3, game tied at 1. Here's Tommy Edman. The pitch from Ray. Edman swings and fouls strike 1 back over the net to our left. And I believe Nico Horner, the second baseman, was going back on that fly ball, that bloop. I think he's mic'd up right now on the Sunday Night Baseball telecast.
He is. And Miguel Rojas is mic'd up for the Dodgers.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Look out, Tommy. Spun out of the way of ball 1 up and in. A fastball at 93. The Shadows there, we've been talking about it all afternoon, Mo. Now it's about a quarter of the way, the line between home plate and the pitcher's mound. The pitch. Edman waves at strike 2. Edman batting from the left side. When he steps into the box, he's fully engulfed in the shadows. Ray comfortably in the sun. The 1-2. Edman swings in the air, opposite field. Happ drifting over to his right toward the line. He makes the catch. So Edman is retired, 2 away in the bottom of the third. And remind you, at AM/PM, when the Dodgers steal a base at home, you score a free hot dog and any 12-ounce slim Coca-Cola. Redeem your free feast in the AM/PM app and let's play a ball. AM/PM, too much good stuff.
I found that when it becomes really problematic is when that shadow gets about halfway. From there until the entire infield is in shadow and the outfield is in sunshine, it's tough.
Teoscar Hernandez fouls the first pitch back to our right, strike 1.
Hey, talking to Reggie Smith, former All-Star, just a wonderful player, marvelous hitter, and he has been just a terrific hitting coach for years and years now.
The 0-1. Teoscar swings and taps it to the left side. Swanson charges in, has it in the glove. Quick transfer and a good throw.
We'll complete that thought because Reggie Smith done some studies and talk about shadows interfering with the sight line of hitters. Interesting observations that he said.
Okay. Old friend against Tyler Glasnow. Gave up a game-tying solo home run to Pete Crow Armstrong the last inning. First pitch upstairs on JT, ball one. Turner, Bush, Swanson. Two of the three Cubs, former Dodgers. Glasnow's fastball a little away. 2-0 the count on Turner.
So that shadow now a little bit more than halfway between home plate and the mound.
Glasnow kicks and fires, and Turner takes a called strike one.
So here's the observation. So most of the ball now, when it leaves the pitcher's hand, more than 30 feet is going to be in the shadows once it leaves the mound.
The pitch coming. Turner taps strike two, foul off the plate, drills back toward the mound.
So Reggie, in all the studies that he's done, and I mean he has done extensive research with eye test and everything else in testing hitters. He's a strong believer, and I tend to believe this too, is that hitters are tracking the baseball, but they don't really zero in on the baseball the final 20 feet in front of home plate.
Called strike three. Dropped the hammer on him. The curveball gets Glasnow's third strikeout of the game. One gone in the fourth.
And I guarantee you, Justin Turner did not see that curveball the last 20 or 30 feet for that matter. But that was interesting. That you don't really zero in on the baseball the last 20 feet as the ball's coming to you. I mean, stands to reason. Ball's going anywhere from 93 to 100 miles an hour.
Michael Bush, the first pitch from Glasnow. Curveball in the dirt.
And I will also tell you that Reggie and I, and a lot of other guys as well, talked to Nomar and some other people. When you hear a hitter say, "I saw the bat hit the ball," it's a bunch of hooey.
Another one spiked well in front of home plate by Glasnow.
That's a technical term, by the way.
Say it again for the people at home.
Yeah. If you hear a guy say, "Yeah, I saw the bat actually make contact with the baseball during the swing," it's a bunch of hooey.
Hooey. The 2-0 pitch. Bush pulls the hands up, but the sinker runs back over the inner part of the plate. Strike one called. 2-1. 1-1 is how the scoreboard reads. Bases empty, one out, top of the fourth inning. Glasnow's 2-1 pitch, a late time call. And Glasnow had started his delivery.
It's because Bush had not engaged the pitcher. In other words, in the box, and then you turn and you're looking at the pitcher.
So if you're not engaged, though, would they not call a violation? Oh, it was a late time call for Bush.
That's what it was, yeah.
Luckily, Glasnow was okay. Now the 2-1 pitch, and he gave him a fastball, and there was some, I think, frustration behind that, but he missed up and away. 3-1. Bush flew out to center field, leading off the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. The pitch. Broken bat, and that will drop a bloop base hit to right field. Rolls into the glove of Teoscar Hernandez. It's a one-out single for Michael Bush. Another hit for him against his former team. This is his 11th game against the Dodgers. Bush is now 13 for 41.
Another issue that Glasnow had in that disastrous third inning in Philadelphia was that pitch clock was coming down to 2 seconds, coming down to 1 second, and he was just really behind the scenario itself.
Starts Dansby Swanson off with a pulled slider away. Ball 1. Dodgers 1, Cubs 1. Series up for grabs on this Sunday at Dodger Stadium. Light breeze blowing out towards right field, right center. As Glasnow comes home and has a strike on Swanson. Fastball at the knees. One count as the shadow has nearly touched the front end of the pitcher's mound. The pitch bounces in the dirt away from Smith. Bush going for second, and Smith is going to put it in his pocket. So that's the second wild pitch of the game for Tyler Glasnow. Bush on second. 2 balls and a strike to count on Swanson with 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. Game tied at 1. Glasnow looks back at Bush. Comes home to Swanson and has strike 2. Fastball right on the out of third. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with the curveball. 2 gone.
And those shadows, hitters, is really difficult to see the spin, the rotation of a breaking ball. The lights are on. It helps a little bit, but not enough for the hitters would like.
First pitch to Nico Horner is strike 1, a curveball in the inside corner. The 0-1 is on the way. Glasnow has strike 2. Fastball at 95. Horner flew out to right field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He's up here in the fourth inning. 2 out, runner on second. Tie ball game 1-1. Glasnow needs just 1 more strike. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Handled by Smith. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the batter's box, you have a Stanford Cardinal. In center field, you have a Stanford Cardinal. We're a double play combo in Palo Alto. Nico Horner and Tommy Edman. Glasnow will try again. A 1-2. That misses down in the dirt once more. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Speaking of the outfield, in left, Conforto well off the left field foul line. And Tommy Edman in center, way over into right center field.
Horner hangs his hat on being a contact hitter and a tough strikeout. Glasnow's 2-2. Sent to left center field. It'll hang up for his old teammate. Tommy Edman drifts over, reaches up, and makes the catch. So, Bush is stranded on the bases. Couple Ks in a scoreless fourth inning for Tyler Glasnow. 3.5 gone at the Dodger Stadium. Brought in to be a swing piece, but now he's definitely a rotation piece with Justin Steele lost for the year. Conforto watches strike one. A curveball that looked like it was outside. Michael's 1 for 1, singled on the very first pitch he saw with one out in the second inning. And he came around to score on Kike Hernandez's 2-out single. Ray misses in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. That gave the Dodgers a 1-0 lead in the second inning, but the Cubs promptly tied it in the third. Solo homer. The 1-1 pitch. Way high. 2 balls and a strike for Michael. After that base hit, Conforto now hitting .217, OPS of .780. The pitch swung on and tapped foul the first base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Will Smith, who singled his first time up, he's waiting in the wings on deck right now. Ray comes set and misses to Michael. Full count. Porto quickly sets to the batter's box. Tap of the plate. Here we go. The payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Busted him in with a fastball at 93. That's 5 Ks for Ray. 1 out in the 4th.
Hey, friends, the first 40,000 fans in attendance on Tuesday night. That's when the Rockies are in. It's Jackie Robinson replica 1955 home jersey celebrating the 70th anniversary of the World Championship presented by UCLA Health. Come on out and join us. More information at Dodgers.com/promotions.
Will Smith, first pitch swinging and missing. A high sinker, strike 1. As we mentioned, Will's 1 for 1 with a base hit, hitting .342 this year. Ray goes back to the fastball and has it at the knees, strike 2.
Will negotiated a good trip to home plate last time. He traded a broken bat for a base hit.
And he would do so here again. That's the battle with 2 strikes. The pitch. Whoa! Look out. Went over his head. Will had to bend at the waist toward the dirt, the batter's box, to get out of the way of that.
That was a breaking ball that didn't break. As a hitter, you're okay. The problem is when the ball's thrown behind you, you don't know which way to go.
And also with the shadows, too. Just glad he picked it up. A 1-2 pitch. Smith. A little half swing, foul ball, dribbling back directly behind home plate into the net.
Yeah, you're always leery as a hitter. If you hear the pitcher yell, "Look out," before he throws it.
That's a good point. Hey, Will's now 4 for 6 lifetime against Colin Ray, who misses well outside with a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 of those 4 hits have gone for extra bases, including a homer. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom 4, game tied at 1. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball, dribbling up the middle. Who's got it? Horner on the backhand, and he throws Smith out. Good communication clearly from Horner and Swanson, because both of them had a shot to make the play. Muncy up for a second time. He struck out swinging in the second inning. That was with runners at first and third and only 1 out. Kike Hernandez picked him up with that base hit behind him. Ray starts him off with a curveball and strike 1.
Another at bat with a big gap in left center for a left-handed batter.
The pitch. It's high. 1-1. Max has struck out in 43.4% of his plate appearances this year. On this 1-1, he takes up and away ball 2. I believe the highest we've seen in terms of a strikeout rate for Muncy in his career was his first year as a Dodger, a tick above 27%. The K's have been out of control to start this young year. Ray misses with a curveball. 3 balls and a strike for Muncy. Kike Hernandez on deck.
And it's been swing and misses. It's not been predominantly called strikes.
And a good hitter's count. Does he get a pitch to hit? 3-1. Check swing. Ball 4. Muncy trots down to first. The Dodgers have a 2-out base runner.
First walk issued by Ray. And the bullpen for the Cubs getting busy.
Well, it's because Ray entering today, his season high is 3 innings pitched and 40 pitches thrown. And that came the 31st of March when the Cubs were in Sacramento taking on the A's. But as we've talked about a couple of times, he's now got to get stretched out, presumably, to start more games with Justin Steele gone for the year. And here comes Craig Counsell. Signals down to the bullpen, which will be called upon to face Kike Hernandez with Max Muncy on first. 2 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dodgers trying to break a 1-1 tie.
Ford. Introducing baseball's all-new
Lays off a slider downstairs, 1-0. It was Kike who started the scoring this afternoon. A 2-out RBI base hit in the second. A line drive to left field. Here's the pitch. Kike again leaves the bat on the shoulders as Keller misses downstairs, this time with a fastball, 2-0. Made it 1-0 LA. Kike's base hit in the second inning. The Cubs tied it with a home run leading off the third. On the 2-0. Hernandez watches again, but this time Keller has a strike.
Keller, big guy, 6'5".
2-1 coming. Hernandez swings and fouls strike one, or strike two rather, to the right side. Two out, runner on, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keller comes home, and Kike strikes out swinging. Got him with a sweeper low and away. Kike dropped to one knee and then dropped the bat. We will go to the 5th inning as Muncy was stranded on the bases. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Tied at 1.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term.
With the angle they'll have to take to track the ball.
Glasnow's first pitch, ball 1 in the dirt, 2. Pete Crow Armstrong, who led off the 3rd inning with a game-tying solo home run off the right field foul pole. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1, levels the count.
Do you go back in there again? I say that because you have a hitter that jumps back away from a called strike inside.
Let's see what Glasnow and Smith do in this 1-1. They get a swing and a miss with a slider on the inside corner.
Came back inside. If a hitter shows you that they either A, don't pick it up, or B, don't particularly like it in a certain area, why not go back?
Oh, and Glasnow tries to go inside again. A little too far inside with the curveball. Nearly hit Crow Armstrong in the foot. So it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Inside again with the slider. They stuck with it, Mo, and they got Glasnow a 5th strikeout.
Yeah, now, if you watch hitters' reaction, I talk many times about pitchers, and the really good ones are also good observers. And by that I'm talking about being able to see the swing, who looks uncomfortable with a pitch in a certain area, who takes good cuts as pitches in certain areas or not.
Now Carson Kelly, 8th spot of the order. Glasnow begins him with a curveball called strike 1.
I think of a former Cub, for example. We go with the Cubs to begin with. Fergie Jenkins was a great observer.
So 1 pitch, misses away, tumbles to the backstop, but nobody on base here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. So it doesn't hurt.
Clayton Kershaw reads swings exceptionally well. Of course, he's got good stuff.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
That does help.
Well, Fergie's in the Hall of Fame. Kershaw soon will be.
Glasnow misses upstairs. 2 balls and a strike on the catcher, Kelly. Well, Blake Snell, Curd Dodger, he likes to do that as well. He'll come out during batting practice on start days and watch the opposing BP. 2-1. Oh, and that hits Kelly on the hand. Kelly shaking out his left hand, and now he drops down in pain. The athletic training staff and Craig Counsell coming out to check on their catchers. Off to a terrific start offensively. And Glasnow just hit him with a fastball in the hand. Registered at 94, but Mo, at a certain point, doesn't matter what the velo was. No. That's the wrong place to get hit.
Yeah, and you've got so many bones in there, making up the back of the hand with all the carpals that are in there and leading the phalanges. And, the other part, too, is I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say it. If you look at Shohei Ohtani, he's one of the guys that wears a protective thing on the bottom hand when he's hitting. The protection on the back of the hand is Velcro applied. It's a hard plastic substance. It will help absorb the contact with a baseball if it does hit you in the hand. I don't know why every hitter does not take advantage of that. It's not cumbersome. It does not restrict range of motion at all.
So Kelly down to first. He's staying in the game. Kike checking on him right now.
Because those can be debilitating if it doesn't break anything. I mean, it stays with you. You get a bone bruise. It'll stay with you for a month.
So now the number 9 hitter, the rookie third baseman, Matt Shaw. Dodger infield shifted to the left. Kike is holding Kelly on at first. Glasnow pulls a fastball away. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Shaw swings away and fouls away. Strike 1, leveling the count. Glasnow at 69 pitches with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 5th. Dodgers 1, Cubs 1. The 1-1 to Shaw. Tapper foul toward the Dodgers on deck circle. That's strike 2. Dodgers and Cubs on Sunday Night Baseball. That makes sense. Well, these are 2 blue-chip franchises. They're playing 7 times the first 25 games of their respective seasons. The 1-2, way upstairs, snared by Smith. High fastball, missing and squaring the count 2-2. The Dodgers are going to go to Wrigley Field in, a week? And after that, these 2 teams will be done. And so these 2 fan bases robbed of a summertime series. Look out, up and in on Shaw, who spun out of the way of a fastball that got away from Glasnow at 93. And now the count goes full. Glasnow reclaims his footing on the mound. Trying to reclaim command of the fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch to Shaw. Fouled away on the right field side. Shaw struck out looking his first time up. That was in the 3rd inning. Again here in the top of the fifth. Glasnow's next payoff. Check swing. Yes, he did. Couldn't hold off the high heat. Strikeout number 6 for Tyler Glasnow. 2 outs in the fifth. Now the leadoff Cub, Ian Happ. Happ is 0 for 2. Was robbed by a diving Tommy Edman his last time up. First pitch, swinging, popped up, left side of the infield. Mookie Betts on the very edge of the dirt is there to make the catch. So the hit by pitch, it hurt Carson Kelly, but it doesn't end up hurting Glasnow or the Dodgers. We are 4.5 in this series finale, still tied at 1. Great play by the rookie. He was on the very edge of the grass, dove to his left to take a hit away from Rojas.
To your point about the Dodgers and Cubs playing in Chicago, they're playing McDonald by the end of the record books. Over the last 5 years, the Dodgers have gone to Chicago in April 3 of the 5.
Ohtani first pitch, grounded to second, pushing corner back to shallow right field. He spins and fires, throwing out Ohtani. So that's 2 outs on 2 pitches for Brad Keller here in the 5th inning.
So 3 of the last 5 in April. The Dodgers have been at Wrigley Field over the last 6 years. The latest the Dodgers have gone into Wrigley Field, 2018, June 19th and 20th.
Mookie Betts, 2 outs, nobody on. Ball 1 from Keller. We were talking with the Hall of Famer Pat Hughes before the game, the renowned Cubs radio broadcaster. First, this 0-1 to Mookie. Betts takes low and away, ball 1. And we were lamenting that the Dodgers and Cubs, you feel like that should be a summertime series at either Wrigley or Dodger Stadium every single year. The 1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike for Betts.
Yeah, so 5 years, 3 times in April. The other 2 times last 5 years, first week in May.
2-1 coming. 3 balls and a strike as Keller misses low again against Betts.
So the Dodgers have not seen the full ivy on the walls in 6 years at Wrigley Field.
I understand the league's at balanced schedule now, but there's a lot of misses across the board. Like no Dodgers-Padres until June this year. The Cubs don't see the Cardinals until June. 3-1 pitch, nearly hits Betts on the hands, but it's called a strike.
Well, there are a lot of people that did love the balanced schedule. I'm not in that group.
Let's pay things off. And that one was even closer to the hands of Mookie Betts at 97. He got him out of the way, and he'll take ball 4 and first base with 2 out. Well, what do you think, Mo? This another time for Tommy. Game tied at 1. 2 out and a runner on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Edman at the plate, batting from the left side. The pitch taken by Edman. Strike 1, a high fastball that went Keller's way. Both Keller and Edman now in the shadows.
Yeah, I was going to say is that Benson does not do a lot of running. But then if we look at Keller, he does not take a lot of time getting the ball to his catcher right now out of the stretch either.
Here's the pitch. Edman takes once again. This is at the knees. Strike 2. So high fastball and then low fastball. Both called strikes. Edman takes time. Step out. Takes a couple of practice swings. Trying to groove that swing that has produced 6 home runs to start the year. Edman is set. So too is Keller with Betts on first and 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Tommy sees it low and away. Ball 1.
We use that number so many times around baseball. 1.3 seconds or less from the stretch position to get the ball to your catcher. Well, Keller's at 1.1.
Edman behind in the count. Keller delivers. Edman swings and takes it to right field. That drops fair. It was jammed and didn't hit it hard, but a bloop base hit will send Mookie to third. He's now rounding third and seeing what Horner wants to do. The Cubs second baseman is running the ball back into the infield. I mean, that was off the bat. I mean, I don't know if that hit 50 miles per hour. But Tommy's now on first. Betts on third. They're cornered for Teoscar Hernandez.
Well, the velocity of that base hit was on the freeway of getting run over.
Mookie's on third. Tommy's on first. Teo's at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Trying to put the Dodgers ahead once again. They're tied at 1 in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Teo watches a first pitch strike from Keller, 97. Here we go. Outside. 1-1. At the corners with 2 down in the 5th. Game tied at 1. Here's the pitch. Teoscar is popped up to the left side of the infield. No problems for Dansby Swanson until the Dodgers get 2 on base with 2 out. But ultimately, no runs on 1 hit. No errors, 2 left on. That
Great moments.
Ray McDonald, myself, Stephen Nelson, along with Colin Yee back in studio. Game 3 of 6 on this homestand for the Dodgers. Colorado Rockies coming to L.A. tomorrow. Glasnow against Kyle Tucker to start the 6th. Glasnow's first pitch, up and in, ball 1. Glasnow up to this point, just 2 hits against him. One of those hits, though, a game-tying home run. Chopped to second. Scooped up by Rojas. Takes his time. Makes a good throw to Kike. 1 gone.
Interesting transition for Rojas. Pitched last night, or he was on the mound throwing the ball. And playing second base today with a 22.5 ERA.
It's going to be tough to overcome in the Cy Young Award race. First pitch to Justin Turner is inside, ball 1. Turner is 0 for 2. He's struck out twice, both looking. So now for his career against Glasnow, he's 0 for 16 with 12 punch-outs. Swings and pops back a strike behind home plate toward the upper deck, 1-1.
But you know what some people are saying? He's due.
Yeah. We were in sync there, partner. I like that.
These were both in trouble.
Here's pitch number 80 from Glasnow. And it's a breaking ball that misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike against Turner. 9 memorable years with the Dodgers. And his first season as a Cub. Swings and bounces it foul toward his own third base coach. 2-2. Signed late. Toward the end of February, the 1-year deal with the Cubs. $6 million. Our own David Vassay had him as a pregame interview earlier in this series. I encourage you to go listen to that. Talking about JT's future. This Glasnow misses low with the curveball. Full count on Turner.
And I'm sure he'll play an excerpt of that on Dodger Talk postgame.
JT now into his 40s. That's something that's been a goal of his. So how much longer? Go listen to Vassay's interview wherever you get your podcasts. Swinging a foul ball back. Still 3-2. What are you looking at me like that for, Mo?
I didn't know Vassay just got a new agent.
I get a cut on the side.
Oh, you'll get cut on the side, all right.
Glasnow will try again. A payoff to Turner. And called strike 3. Fastball at 96. I think Turner knew that. He was trying to sell it taking off his gear.
Well, he was going to take off that protective shin guard that he has, but he took it off at home plate rather than wait till he got to the dugout.
So he has struck out 3 times, each time looking. He has 3 of Glasnow's 7 Ks today. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 6th. Game tied at 1. Here's Michael Busch. Glasnow misses inside, 1-0. I'm just kidding. Vassay doesn't owe me a cut of anything. He pays me with warmth and kindness.
Oh, in other words, you just done a flat fee.
Strike 1 swinging to even the count. Busch is 1 for 2 today, batting .308 this year. Glasnow comes home and gets a foul ball back. The slider bounces toward the net behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the bottom of the 6th, the Dodgers will have Conforto, Smith, and Muncy to start. Hoping to break this tie. The pitch in the dirt. 2-2.
And hopefully the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th you're referring to will have some runners on base. Because that number is still really puzzling for Shohei Ohtani. This is game number 17. He's had only 3 at-bats this year, runner in scoring position.
Glasnow misses inside to Busch. Pulled the slider, so another full count. And the next pitch from Glasnow will be his 90th as we do see action in the Dodger bullpen. Blake Trinan is the first one up throwing. The pitch, slash foul, to our left and into the upper deck. Oh, fan in the first row, top deck, clanked it off his hands, and he was just beside himself, disappointed. Been there. Count remains 3-2 on Bush. The batter, the 2 outs and nobody on. The pitch, spoiled by Bush. Just got a piece of that slider to stay alive. Winds have died down at Dodger Stadium, probably the calmest it has been all afternoon. And the shadows have nearly engulfed the entirety of the infield. All that's left, the back edge of the right side, where Rojas and Kike are both playing back against the lefty Bush. Another 3-2 pitch coming from Tyler Glasnow. Here it is. Another foul ball from Michael.
Has Bush even had a swing and miss in this series? It seems like he's been on everything.
Well, the opener didn't go his way. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Yeah, something clicked yesterday. Glasnow once more. Bush, high fly ball, right field and deep. Teoscar Hernandez will turn and watch this one go. It sails into the Cub bullpen. And Michael Bush has done it to the Dodgers once again. Solo home run. His 3rd of the season. 2nd of this series. It's 2-1 Chicago.
And Glasnow was not able to finish him off. 3-2 count, 3 foul balls, and then adios.
403 feet for Michael Bush on a slider that said hit me. The 9th pitch of the AB. The first pitch to Swanson, a fastball that misses just off the plate away. 1-0. So the Dodgers now trailing 2-1. Glasnow misses once again. Outside, this time low as well, 2-0. So Michael Bush terrorizing his old club. Swanson checks a swing on a high pitch, and he went around 2-1. This is his 11th game as a Cub against the Dodgers. It is now his 14th hit, his 10th extra base hit, and 12th RBI. Glasnow misses downstairs with the fastball. 3-1 on Swanson. Horner on deck. Frustration mounting for Glasnow. Is approaching 100 pitches here with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 6th. The 3-1. Swanson swings and puts it on the ground to short. Mookie off the dirt. Throws across to get Swanson. But that's after a 2-out tie-breaking bomb from Michael Bush. So the Dodgers chasing 1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th here on the Dodgers Audio Network.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Like our championship-winning boys in blue, your Southern California Chevy dealer.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show, weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Apo Taco. Do you know what it means?
They'll face Michael Conforto, Will Smith, and Max Muncy. The Cubs now ahead 2-1. Michael Busch has blasted the second home run of the game for Chicago. Field ball misses inside. Ball 1 on Conforto. Field ball pitched an inning last night. Clean inning with 1 strikeout. The pitch. It lands on the outside corner. There's a strike to level the count.
Carson Kelly being hit on the left hand in the 5th inning. He gives way now to Miguel Amaya doing the catching.
Theobar sets, exhales, and fires. Conforto swings and pops it up, back behind the net, and drops down in front of us. It's Chevy Truck Month, and there's no better time to do what you do best in a Chevy Silverado. Go shopping right now at SoCalChevy.com. Dodgers trailing 2-1 in this series finale, trying to avoid a 3rd straight series loss, Mo. The 1-2 pitch to Conforto. And he slashes it in the left center field. Cut off quickly by Carl Armstrong. It's a leadoff base hit for Michael Conforto, his 2nd single of the day.
And in reference, to series, that's a big deal because that's really the mindset of teams when they open up a series. Hey, let's win the series. Well, you'd like to sweep the series, but if you win every series during the season, you're going to be around and make a postseason slot.
It's something the Dodgers are certainly accustomed to. Here's Will Smith. 1 on, nobody out. Dodgers trailing 2-1. First pitch from Thielbar. Clips the outside corner. Strike 1. Smith is 1 for 2. Singled in the 2nd. The pitch. Smith stays away from that curveball. It was a good one, but the call did not go Thielbar's way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just trying to even the score here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch coming. Smith lays off again. This is low. And the advantage goes to Will in the count. 2-1. On this 2-1 pitch, Smith watches a 2nd strike get called against him. Just landed on the inside corner. Smith didn't necessarily agree with that. But he steps back in, having to live with that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Conforto off first. Short lead. That slash foul on the right side.
Hey, friends, looking ahead, Korean Heritage Night here at Dodger Stadium on Wednesday against the Rockies. So enjoy live music, handcrafted food, and live performances. Now purchase a special ticket pack. You receive an exclusive Korean Heritage Night jersey presented by Genro. Check it out. Dodgers.com/promotions.
2-2, Smith. Ground ball, fair ball, down the line into the left field corner. Conforto going first to 3rd. Finally picked up by Happ. Stop sign put up by Dino Evil. It's a stand-up double for Will Smith. The Dodgers have the tying run on 3rd. The go-ahead run on 2nd with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th.
Really a great at-bat by Will Smith. He kind of got rung up on what would have been ball 3. He stayed with it. And he saw a boatload of breaking pitches in that at-bat.
And now is the time for Max Muncy to break out. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. 2nd and 3rd, no out. First pitch grounded, just foul the first base line. Strike 1.
The infield back, especially on the right side. And you figure Conforto, he can get a sizable lead. Third baseman Shaw's not quite 20 feet off the bag.
Dodgers trailing 2-1. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Muncy stares at a curveball that lands at the knees. Strike 2.
I think Dino Evil's told Conforto to look anywhere except the ground ball. Hit right back to the pitcher or sharply hit to 3rd. He's taking off. That's the tying run 90 feet away.
Muncy behind 0-2. Thielbar comes home. Muncy bends back. Ball 1. Cubs have 2 solo home runs today.
Fastball up and in. Is that to set up a breaking ball here?
Tying run 90 feet away with no outs in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Once he lays off, a breaking ball away. All right, Mo, so what do you got here for the 2-2?
Well, right now, does he double up on that breaking ball? Will Smith hung in there on the hook. I think it really depends right now on Field Bar, the feel he has on the hook.
2 on, nobody out. The 2-2 pitch. Muncy swings, rifles one, right field. Going back is Tucker, right in front of the wall. He makes the catch, but that's going to get the job done. Conforto scores on the sacrifice fly. Smith goes to third. Job done by Max Muncy. We're tied at 2.
And it came in another breaking ball.
So the Dodgers not letting this opportunity go to waste. Conforto singles, Smith doubles, sacrifice fly, Muncy, brand new ball game. We're tied at 2. Pitching change for the Cubs. We'll be right back on the Los Angeles Dodgers audio.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager.
Here's the first pitch from Roberts. And Hernandez watches a sweeper tail away, ball 1. Kike is 1 for 2. RBI base hit happened in the 2nd inning. Struck out swinging his last time up. Smith on third. The 1-0 from Roberts. It is another sweeper. This one lands at the shins, but it's called a strike. Kike arguing with Sean Barber about that for a brief moment. Digs back in with the bright pink cleats. 2-2, Dodgers and Cubs. 1 on, 1 out in the 6th. And now the 1-1 pitch from Ethan Roberts. Good cut, fouled straight back into the net. That's strike 2. Roberts not big in stature, wearing goggles on the mound, just like Kike Hernandez at the plate. He sets for this 1-2. Smith on third, only 1 out. Pitch coming home. Inside and low. The count is square. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miguel Rojas on deck. Shohei Ohtani in the hole. Runner on third, one out in the sixth. Game tied at 2. And now this 2-2 pitch. Outside. Count is full. The Cubs appeal on a half swing from Kike. Not even close. He did not go around. That's confirmed by James Hoy at first base. Smith, the go-ahead run on third base. The payoff coming to Kike. And Hernandez hammers it, but right at Shaw, the third baseman who snares the line drive. That ball was smoke, but Shaw was perfectly positioned, and Smith holds.
Well, that was a great swing. And if Shaw is another foot or two off the third base line, there's no way to make the play. That was to the backhand side and had to reach a long way to get that one. What a play.
That was hit harder than 105 miles per hour off the bat of Kike Hernandez. It'll be up to Miguel Rojas. 2-2 in the sixth. Runner on third, 2 out. The pitch. Rojas takes the first offering from Roberts inside, ball 1. Shohei Ohtani is on deck, but he'd be just as happy to see Rojas come through. Miggy is 0 for 2 in this game. He's batting 167 this year. Roberts comes set and delivers the 1-0. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Tension building as this series finale moves along.
The pitcher, you're figuring, I got to throw a strike here. Ohtani's on deck.
Rojas in the driver's seat. The 2-0 pitch is upstairs, 3-0. So now if you're Rojas, you really have to put Roberts in the keyhole because you got to have a good reason to swing with Ohtani.
Exactly. It has to be right down the middle, or exactly where you would say, hey, look, place it in a home run hitting contest.
3 balls, no strikes. Roberts to Rojas. He was taking all the way, and he has strike 1.
And that pitch is away. That was not a bad pitch to take, especially with the guy on deck, and especially with a tie game. And go ahead, run at third.
It's 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th, 2 out. Will Smith on third base is the go-ahead run. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Rojas takes again. Roberts with a front door sweeper to get strike 2 and a full count. Rojas steps back out of the box, takes a deep breath. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Smith on third, 2 out, bottom 6. Game tied at 2. Shohei is on deck. Roberts' payoff pitch. Rojas pokes it foul to stay alive. That sweeper probably would have been ball 4, but by the time Rojas had to make a decision, that was definitely in the strike zone. There's a lot of east-west movement from this right-hander.
Still not extremely easy to see the pitch come out of the pitcher's hand right now.
Another 3-2. Rojas swings, sends it to center field. At a waiting Crow Armstrong who comes in and makes the catch. So Smith is stranded on the bases. The Dodgers got the first 2 on, second and third no out. They only score 1, but it's a big one. Sacrifice fly.
Every game night is a chance.
Check the Sonics. Gotta take it out. Check the Sonics. Gotta take it out. Gotta take it out. Check the Sonics. Gotta take it out.
Second baseman, Nico Horner. The first pitch from Trinan. Hits the outside corner, strike one call. Horner's 0 for 2 tonight. 0-1 coming. And Trinan nearly has a second strike. Sweeper just missed outside. Horner, Crow Armstrong, and then Miguel Amaya. Carson Kelly removed from the game a left-hand contusion. He's hit by a Tyler Glasnow fastball. Not great. That slash foul. Netting north of the Cubs on deck circle. 1 ball and 2 strikes against Horner. Blake Trinan trying to get the Dodger bullpen back on track. It went all the way off the rails last night for Ben Kasparius and then Luis Garcia. Miguel Rojas, his numbers go to the bullpen's ledger as well, unfortunately for them. Strike 3 called. Sweeper just clipped the outside corner. Nico Horner is none too pleased with Sean Barber, the home plate umpire, but that's out number 1.
Hey, tomorrow night, the Rockies coming to town, 7:10 start. It's also Hello Kitty night. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Hello Kitty squish plush. So come out and join us. Dodgers.com/promotions.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate, batting from the left side against the righty Trinan, who starts him off with a sweeper at the knees, strike 1 call. Crow Armstrong is 1 for 2 with a home run that tied the game at 1. That was in the 3rd inning, and then he struck out swinging in the 5th. Trinan comes set. Crow Armstrong, high fly ball, right center field, hit very well. PCA watches this one go. It's a 2-home run game for the local product. He salutes the bullpen and rounds the bases, having given the Cubs the lead right back. It's now 3-2 Chicago.
Held up 2 fingers to signify second home run of the ballgame.
Crosses home plate and the celebration begins. This one 412 feet to right center field. His parents, both actors, Ashley Crow and Matthew John Armstrong, standing in applause down in the dugout club seats. 3-2 Cubs for a 2-homer day for Pete Crow Armstrong. Now Miguel Amaya shoots it down the right field line. That is tailing toward the pole and will slice foul and short of home run territory. Strike 1. A 1-out go-ahead blast for Crow Armstrong off Blake Trinan. The Dodgers trailing once again. Trinan misses with the sweeper low and away. 1-1 on Amaya. And so the opportunities that the Dodgers have had today, Mo, they've left 7 runners on base. Probably the biggest, the most recent, Will Smith. 1-1 pitch. Trinan has strike 2 on a sweeper at the knees. Dodgers in 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. They're, again, happy to get 1 because it tied the game at 2 for a brief moment. But to have Smith at 3rd with only 1 out and not get him in.
Yeah. And it comes down to what we were talking about earlier, is that the bottom part of the lineup has really not contributed a great deal.
Trinan misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Although Kike Hernandez almost knocked the cover off that line drive that was backhanded at 3rd by Shaw. That's really the big play.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second K in this inning. 2 gone in the 7th. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers.
Now the bottom of the order, the number 9 hitter, and the guy who snared that line drive from Kike, Matt Shaw. First pitch, check swing, he didn't go, ball 1. Cubs 3, Dodgers 2. Pete Crow Armstrong with his first 2 home runs of the season, both coming tonight. Putting on a show for his parents who know the show business. Tapper foul off the bat of Shaw.
Yeah, but he didn't have to show off.
No, he did not. He did, but he earned that one. When you take Blake Trinan 412 feet to center field to give your team the lead in a primetime game, yeah, that's a spot you can. Those who are familiar with baseball movies, Little Big League, you know Pete Crow Armstrong's mother, Ashley Crow, who played Jenny Haywood. Trying in with the pitch and has strike 2 on Shaw. Needs one more strike to finish this inning. 1-2 the count. Trinan sets and deals. Shaw does not offer the sweeper. 2-2. And then Crow Armstrong, he comes to the Cubs organization, traded by the Mets in the Javi Baez trade a few years back. Baez was a rental, and they get Crow Armstrong, who was a first-round pick. He goes to the South Bend Cubs. The manager, Michael Ryan, he was an extra in Little Big League. Shaw takes Trinan the other way, a 2-strike opposite field single with 2 outs in the 7th to keep the inning alive for Chicago. That brings the top of the order to the plate. Ian Happ was 0 for 3. Strikeout, home run, strikeout, single against Blake Trinan in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs, a runner on. The Cubs leading 3-2.
So your next movie review will be on the 18th in Texas?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. I do think Little Big League is probably the most underrated baseball movie of all time.
Yeah.
You're in on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Tony Todd, who's a frequent visitor here at Dodger Stadium, part of that movie. Here's Ian Happ. First to pick off the 10th, unsuccessful on Shaw.
Did you drop something?
Names all over everybody's feet, yeah. Kevin Elster finished his career with the Dodgers.
Oh, here we go.
I'll
Get a clean sheet of paper.
I'll stop now. First pitch to Happ. Hits the outside corner. Strike 1. Blake Trinan trying to keep the deficit at 1. 3-2 Chicago. Series up for grabs these last 3 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Shaw's running for second. Happ is swinging away and sends it in the air. Left field side, that is tailing foul. Drops onto the warning track. In between Muncy and Conforto. No real chance for either of them to get to that baseball. But it's 0-2.
Another dimension of the Cubs we talked about really when this series opened up. They have some people that can steal some bases. They came into this series having stolen 25 out of 26.
Trinan readies for his 0-2 pitch. There goes Shaw. Ooh, and he got caught in between the bases, but Will Smith kept the ball in his pocket. Did not opt to throw either through to second base or back to Kike at first. 1-2, the count on Happ. Dodgers trailing 3-2. Shaw takes his lead. Trinan at the belt. Pickoff attempt. Swag tag. Not in time. Trinan peers over his front left shoulder. Close stance on the third base side of the rubber. There goes Shaw. The pitch home is strike 3. Happ knew it. The sweeper landed on the outer third. And that gets Trinan out of the 7th inning. But damage was done. More damage from Pete Crow Armstrong. The Sherman Oaks-born kid and Harvard-Westlake Wolverine with a 2-home-run game. The Cubs back in front of the Dodgers 3-2. But Ohtani leading off next. First pitch to Ohtani. Strike one in the outside corner. I beg your pardon, yesterday he only struck out one.
This is Ohtani's 4th at bat. It's the 3rd inning. He's been the leadoff guy.
Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. After the fastball, he gave him a slider and totally fooled him. So Shohei has to take time. Merriweather, the 33-year-old. Fastball, slider, and changeup. Things to look out for Ohtani. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Shohei pulls the back foot out of the way of ball one. Primary pitch has been the slider. Throws that more than 51% of the time, gets Merriweather. 1 ball and 2 strikes against Shohei. Here's the pitch. And Ohtani smokes with the right field. Tucker reads it, though, in front of the warning track. He snares the line drive. 1 gone in the 7th. There have been some hard-hit baseballs by Ohtani in this series, but he didn't have anything to show for it. And he drops to 0 for 4 today. He was 0 for 4 in the opener. 1 for 11 in the series. Mookie Betts, he digs in. 1 out, nobody on. Dodgers trailing 3-2. First pitch from Merriweather. Slider, inside corner, strike 1 call. Mookie's 1 for 2. The base hit and a walk his last time up. He gets jammed, fights it to center field, but Crow Armstrong is there. 2 gone. Dodger Stadium hoping for another late inning rally and comeback win. But their 2 MVPs have been retired, Ohtani and Betts, to begin the 7th. Tommy Edman, he's 1 for 3, batting in the 3 spot. Off day for Freddie Freeman. Here's the pitch. It's low and ball 1. Edman batting .250 this year, 6 homers, 14 RBIs. 1-0. He takes, it's high, and it's ball 2. Tommy 0 for 4 lifetime against the right-hander on the mound now for Chicago, but Merriweather misses way outside. 3-0 against Edman. Teoscar Hernandez on deck. Edman hammers the Cubs, but also a very smart baseball player. He knows the situation. 3-0. Taking all the way, and it's strike 1 right down the middle. Three balls and a strike. 2 outs and the base is empty. And that's ball 4. Tying run aboard.
And somebody with some speed also. So an extra base hit, good chance that Edna can come around and score the tying run.
Teoscar Hernandez, the batter. Teo's 6-game hitting streak is on the line. He's 0 for 3. He's not worried about the hitting streak. He's worried about the Dodgers getting back in the win column. They trail 3-2. Tying run on first. 2 outs, bottom 7. Go-ahead run at the plate with Teo. The first pitch. Teoscar takes. Up and in. Ball 1.
A huge gap left center field. Throw Armstrong to center field, playing over in the right center. And the outfield deep all the way around.
There's a window of sun in right field. Kyle Tucker is camped out in that right now. Unsuccessful pickoff attempt. Edman diving back headfirst safe. Cubs 3, Dodgers 2. Edman on first, 2 out. The 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. Evening the count, 1-1. Teoscar Hernandez has had a few clutch hits already in this young season. A second disengagement for Merriweather. A second time diving back safely for Edman. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 2 out. The pitch with Edman running. Teoscar checks his swing, sends it down the line, and it tails just foul. Check swing, nearly had a bloop base hit. That would have spelled trouble. But Teoscar and Edman will have to retreat. Now, Edman was sliding into second, so it wasn't like he was going to be running to third with momentum. But he would have had time to get to third, to be sure. It's a good deke by his former college teammate Nico Horner, acting like there was going to be a throw to him. That forced Edman to slide. So Tommy back to first base. Teoscar back to the batter's box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-2 Cubs in the bottom of the 7th. There are 2 gone. Hernandez rests the bat on the right shoulder. Edman runs. Teoscar swings and misses. A strikeout for Merriweather to end the 7th inning threat and keep Chicago in front 3-2.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the
that they're expecting. Baby Vesia is on the way. Alex is on the mound. He's facing Kyle Tucker, 2, 3, and 4 for Chicago here in the 8th. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to get ahead of Tucker. Huge spot for Vesia. Dodgers trailing by 1 to give the offense a chance the last couple of innings. The 0-1. Slider low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, with the start the Chicago Cubs have, you start to look at, trying to turn around their last playoff win, 2017 National League Championship Series, Game 4 against the Dodgers.
Vesia's 1-1 pitch to the lefty Tucker. Swung on and slice foul on the left side. 2 strikes against Tucker. Well, I mean, forget playoff wins. They haven't even played a playoff game in 4 years.
Yeah. 2018, the following year, wild card game. In 2020, wild card series swept by the Marlins. 2 games in that one.
That's what's been frustrating for the Cubs fan base. I mean, this is one of the more successful franchises in the game in terms of revenue, and net worth, or whatever, franchise valuation, I should say. The 1-2 pitch to Tucker is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And obviously a terrific fan base. Has been that way for a long time.
as you well know. And for whatever reason, there just hasn't been an aggressiveness from the organization in the front office to bring in, or pay, I should say, for high-level talent. The 2-2 pitch. Tucker slashed it in the air left field. Conforto running toward the line, and he cannot haul it in. It drops foul. He was trying to feel for the wall in foul ground, and it dropped beyond his outstretched glove arm.
Ran a long way. He was not playing the opposite direction with left-handed hitting Tucker to begin with.
And the Cubs, I think, want a review to see if this ball dropped in fair territory.
Well, I thought, quite frankly, it was a fair ball when the ball was touched. Then it went off the glove and hit the foul line. And I think this is probably going to be reversed. I'd be shocked if it's not.
Oh, yeah. The replay, I mean, the chalk line exploded on the warning track in left field.
I thought it was fair initially.
So instead of out number one, this should be a quick review in the replay operations center here in the top of the 8th inning. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo, celebrating 20 years of good times. There's a fly ball down the left field line, slicing away from Conforto, who had to run a long way and cover a lot of ground. He was reaching for the ball and hits at the ball.
Review, the call in the field is overturned. It was a fair ball. Went out of play. The runner will be placed at second base. Their challenge.
That's another extra base hit for Kyle Tucker. He is 13th this season, 8 doubles and 5 homers. Justin Turner in the batter's box. JT had an RBI single yesterday, and that was before things unraveled in innings 7, 8, and 9 against the Dodger bullpen. Runner on second, no outs, top 8, 3-2 Cubs. First pitch from Vesia in the dirt, ball 1. Turner happy to see Tyler Glasnow out of the game. Glasnow struck JT out all 3 times looking. So he's 0 for 3 with 3 punch outs. But now facing the lefty Vesia, and Turner still hits lefties well. Slash down the left field side, but it slices foul into the net.
This is a spot so many times we saw Justin Turner just going the opposite way, trying to advance the runner. If nothing else, to put the ball into play.
The Dodgers definitely shifted over to the left. I mean, there's a massive gap. Kike is basically halfway between first and second. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
If I'm Turner, I would not been looking for that pitch, not away. Not with the infield playing to pull. It would tell you logically as a hitter that they're probably going to pitch you inside with the lefty out there on the mound right now.
Vesia's 2-1. Tap foul off the plate and then off Turner.
And that was the slider low and in.
This year, 12 plate appearances against left-handed pitching. Turner has reached 5 times. 3 for 9 with a couple of walks and a sac fly. He has really struggled with velocity this year. And that is why Bassett was talking about last night, the frustration with Ben Kasperius giving him a breaking ball at velo he can handle. And he made him pay. Yes, he does have a good fastball. What does he give him here with the count 2-2? Runner on second, no outs, top 8, 3-2 Chicago. It's a ball in the dirt, bounces off of Smith and away towards the Dodger dugout, and Kyle Tucker's now on third base.
Yeah, and that's a breaking ball and a horrible one.
Wild pitch. That's the third of the game for the Dodgers staff. Glasnow had 2, 1 here from Vesia. Insurance runner on third base. Still no outs in the top of the 8th. Dodger infield has to come in. 3-2 pitch. Turner swings away, sends it foul down the right field side.
This changes the complexion of the inning.
Totally.
Even if you get Turner here for the first out, you still have to keep the infield in.
Michael Busch is on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Turner. Ball 4. Slider away.
And he knows the infield was not all the way in then either. Mookie Betts was halfway. Rojas was about 10 feet behind the grass. Hernandez at first was back. Muncy at third was back.
Pinch runner coming in for Turner. It's Gage Workman, who last night picked up his first major league hit.
Pinch runner at first base is number 25, Gage Workman.
First and third, no outs for Chicago, top of the 8th inning. The Dodgers trying to stay within 1. Michael Busch, 2 for 3, has one of 3 solo home runs on this Sunday night for the Cubs. First pitch from Alex Vesia. He checks on Workman at first, comes home. Busch swings through strike 1. Good slider low and away. He talked about after the home run for Michael Busch, that would be his 10th extra base hit and 12th RBI in 11 games against the team that drafted him. Dodgers' first-round pick in 2019. He was just blocked. There wasn't a place for him to play. Get consistent ABs outside of OKC. So the Dodgers trade him to the Cubs along with the NC Almonte for a pair of prospects who are really good, Jackson Ferris and Zaire Hope. But he has really cherished every opportunity to show the Dodgers, hey, I needed to play here. 2 strikes against him. Cubs at the corner. No outs, top of the 8th. Chicago leading 3-2 in the series finale and rubber match. Vesia sets for the 0-2. That's strike 3. Perfectly placed fastball at 93 on the outer third. 1 gone.
Shortstop number 7, Dansby Swanson.
So now can Vesia get a ground ball and get out of this inning? Dansby Swanson, the batter, right-handed hitter.
The Dodgers are not at double play depth right now.
They are not.
Betts is deep at shortstop, really almost halfway between second and third.
That tells you what? The first pitch from Vesia to Swanson is upstairs.
They're expecting Swanson to pull the ball. And with Vesia, does he go that slider inside on the hands? That would be tailor-made, but Rojas not that far off the second base bag. But there's wide open spaces on the right side of the infield.
First and third, 1 out. The pitch from Vesia in the dirt. Well blocked by Smith. He lost it for a moment at his feet, but both runners stay where they're at. Tucker on third, Workman on first. Chicago 3, Dodgers 2. In the 8th inning, Vesia trying to hold the line. Tucker's on third. It was a leadoff ground rule double that dropped on the line away from Michael Conforto, who had a chance to make the play but could not. Vesia's 2-0 to Swanson. That's buried low, ball 3. 3-0 to Dansby Swanson. Contact hitter and Nico Horner on deck. Swanson popped up. Foul ground right in front of the Cub dugout. Who has it? Kike has it as he falls to the ground. The ball spun back as he was on the warning track. He dropped to the grass, and he made the catch. Runners hold. That was a nerve-wracking play. It didn't look like there was a clear picture who was going to get it, Will Smith or Kike, but ultimately Hernandez with the heroics.
With the spin of the baseball, it has a tendency to want to come back into fair territory. And for Swanson, on the 3-0 pitch. Was it a tremendous pitch for him or not? Well, that ball came back towards fair territory, and for Kike Hernandez, a valiant effort at the last second to reach back, make the dive, make the catch.
Still first and third, now 2 out. Not out of trouble. Nico Horner batting from the right side against the lefty Vesia. Here comes the pitch. First pitch, he sends it the other way. Here comes Teoscar. It sinks and it drops. Tucker scores. It was trapped by Teo to throw to third. Tag not in time. Workman slides in safely. RBI base hit, Nico Horner, and it's 4-2 Cubs.
Well, you're talking about the fact Horner, a contact guy, has made contact now 3 of the 4 at bats. Fly to right, fly to center, then struck out. But the Cubs just continue to come up with big base hits, and they continue to put runs on the board.
And again, that play to start the inning, it just, you knew it was big. We talked about it in the moment. Insurance run gets to second base, leading off the frame on a play. It was a long run for Conforto. We had a chance to make the play. Could not. And so now Tucker scores. It's 4-2. Crow Armstrong tries to bunt it. He bunts it back into the net behind home plate, foul, and strike 1. The deficit for the Dodgers is 2. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 8th inning. Crow Armstrong, 2 for 3, 2 home runs, sandwiching a strikeout. A home run in the 3rd that tied the game at 1. A home run in the 7th that broke a 2-2 tie and gave Chicago the lead. Horner caught between first and second. The tag applied. Kike the bets. Horner is out. Inning is over. But Chicago pulls 1 run further away. Bottom of the 8th on tap. The Dodgers trailing 4-2.
AM 570.
LA's best sports talk.
Actually going to the part of the lineup that has produced both of the runs so far in this ball game.
Michael Conforto starting against Porter Hodge. The hard-throwing righty misses upstairs with a fastball at 96. Ball 1. If you recall, Hodge, last September when the Cubs were here, there was a bit of a scare. Had some sort of heart episode, a panic attack, or something of those sorts. That really scared everybody as Conforto popped strike 1 into the dugout club seats. And thankfully, he was okay and is now cemented as a big part of the back end of Craig Counsell's Cub bullpen. Season is ERA 2.57. He struck out a third, nearly, of the batters he's faced, 30%. Ball 2 upstairs, 2-1 on Conforto. It's Conforto, Smith, and Muncy. Michael, 2 for 3 with 2 base hits and 2 runs scored. And he kind of wants to atone for the play he couldn't complete the last half inning. He swings through a sweeper, strike 2, squares the count. Conforto takes a moment outside the left-handed batter's box. Now steps back in. Draws his bat across the plate, and he's ready to go. The 2-2. Foul. Hodge, a 24-year-old righty from Salt Lake City. 13th round pick of the Cubs in 2019. Debuted last May. Now on the mound here this April. Conforto bounces the 2-2 pitch foul to stay alive. Dodger Stadium now fully engulfed in the shadows. The very edge of the right field pavilion and the top deck on the right side, and some of the loge level seats, the only ones peeking in the sunshine. The 2-2. Conforto shoots it foul at the camera well beyond the Dodger dugout. Still 2-2. It is 4-2 Cubs. They got an insurance run from Nico Horner and his RBI single in the top of the 8th, now in the home half. The pitch. Up and away. Full count on Conforto. Will Smith on deck.
The Dodgers need base runners.
Bottom of the order is where all the production has been today. The 3-2. Conforto strikes out swinging on a pitch that would have been ball 4 below the zone. Eighth Dodgers strikeout tonight. Will Smith, the batter. There's the pitch. Taken by Smith at the top of the zone. Fastball at 96. Gives Hodge strike 1. Smith 2 for 3. There's a single and a double. Hodge working quickly. Smith swings and is popped up on the right side of the infield. Bush at first base, right next to the bag. Makes the catch, 2 away. Max Muncy, 2 out, nobody on. Dodgers trailing by 2. Hodge has the ball at the belt, into his windup. Muncy swings at the first pitch and fouls it into the seats.
We were talking in the pregame show, Steve, about the fact that Dodgers, when they opened up the season and that 8-game win streak, they were scoring over 5.5 runs a game. Mm-hmm. Well, the last 8 games, barely 3 1/4.
Muncy swings and fouls another one. This one into the net, strike 2. Yeah, the offense has taken a downturn. Look, I mean, Freddie Freeman has only played a handful of games this year. So they haven't had all their cylinders running, but the last week plus, the Dodgers did not look like the Dodgers. The 0-2, and Muncy is down swinging. Couldn't check his swing. He slams his bat in his frustration, tosses the bat and his equipment as well. Hodge works a 1-2-3-8 with bookending Ks. We're going to the 9th. The Dodgers down 4-2.
When you want
great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the
in this series finale, and that's grounded down the right field line by Pete Crow Armstrong, and he's putting the wheels to the test. Into the corner, Hernandez picks it up. Crow Armstrong digging for third. Helmet flies off. The throw is spiked by Rojas, and it dribbles toward home plate. It's a triple for PCA. His third extra base hit, goes for 3 bases, 2 home runs, and a triple.
Catcher number 9, Miguel Amaya.
So more insurance potential for the Cubs here in the top of the 9th. They lead 4-2. But Crow Armstrong on third with nobody out. Now Miguel Amaya. It was 2-2 after 6. And Crow Armstrong homered in the 7th to give Chicago the lead. Amaya taps a strike off the plate. And then Horner came through with a 2-out RBI base hit in the top of the 8th to push the lead to 2. Now Amaya could extend it to 3 or more. Dodger infield shifted over to the left. The 0-1 from Dreyer. And that's in there for a strike. 0-2.
Well, you need some good pitches here. Need a pop-up or a strikeout.
Rookie wipes his brow with his left shoulder and left arm. Has the ball at the belt. It's the call from Smith. He sets up inside against Amaya. The 0-2. Foul. Slider down and in. It was where they wanted to go. Crow Armstrong takes his lead off third. Another 0-2 pitch from Dreyer to Amaya upcoming. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's the strikeout you were alluding to, Mo. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning.
Now you still need some help. One of the things, too, is that is there a possibility of a bunt? Before the first game of the series, saw the Cubs' early batting practice. And they had a couple of guys around here bunting.
Matt Shaw, rookie. Closed stance on the right side. Crow Armstrong waiting on third. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball at 93 from Dreyer. 4-2 Cubs. They are 3 outs away from a series win on the road. They've taken 2 of 3 from the Dodgers here in Los Angeles each of the last 2 years. Trying to make it 3 in a row. Swinging a foul ball back over the net. 0-2 against Shaw. Conversely, the Dodgers are trying to avoid a third straight series loss. Nothing in 2, the count for Dreyer against Shaw. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. 2 gone in the 9th. Sponsored by Cars for Kids. Ready to donate your old car? Call 1-877-CARS for Kids right now. Friendly agents are standing by to take your donation. That's Cars with a K to donate your old car today. After the leadoff triple, back-to-back strikeouts from Jack Dreyer. 1 more out to get. Go to the top of the order. And Ian Happ flipped over to the right side as a switch hitter. First pitch swinging. Popped up. Shallow right field. Playable for Teoscar Hernandez. Job well done by Jack Dreyer. Leadoff triple. Stranded on the bases. Strikeout. An easy fly out to right. The Dodgers have 3.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang.
Ryan Presley, veteran right-hander, working from the extreme first base side of the rubber, waiting for Kike to step into the batter's box. Hernandez is 1 for 3. His last time up, a hard hit line out to third. Would have given the Dodgers the lead. Instead, it remained tied, and now they trail 4-2. First pitch from Presley. In there for strike one, a fastball at the knees. Kike Hernandez, 2 for 4 lifetime against Presley with a homer. The pitch. Hernandez swings and fouls it into the seats quickly. 0-2 for Presley.
Same battle cry here in the ninth as it was in the eighth. Lead runners.
Presley's ERA, the early goings this year, 3.86. The pitch to Kike. Got him swinging. Dropped a curveball on him. That's out number 1. Here's Freddie. Dodger Stadium with a jolt of life and energy with Freddie Freeman at the plate. He wants to bring the tying run to the plate. Getting on base. 1 out, nobody on. The Dodgers down 2. The pitch. First pitch swinging, hard hit ground ball up the middle, stopped by Swanson. He spins and fires, and Freddie's retired. Oh, his former teammate and good friend took a base hit away from him. Dansby nearly straight up with the bag at the very edge of the dirt. Goes to his left, makes a stop, and a terrific play. So the Dodgers down to their final out.
That's another at bat with Shohei Ohtani with nobody on base.
Trying to keep the game alive. 4-2 Cubs. Presley against Ohtani. First pitch, strike 1 taken. Shohei, the most experience against Presley by far. 16 ABs, 5 hits, including 2 home runs. He has struck out 8 times. He's 0 for 4 with a strikeout tonight. The pitch. Ohtani taps it foul. It's strike number 2. 1 more strike to work with. This would be Ohtani's 6th hitless game if he can't get on with a knock right now. Cubs 4, Dodgers 2. 2 outs and the base is empty. Shohei Ohtani behind 0-2. The pitch from Presley. Rolled to first in the glove of Bush. He will step on the bag by himself. And that's it. The Cubs take the last 2 games on the road from the Dodgers, including the worst home shutout loss in franchise history Saturday. And then a close one here in the series finale. The final 4-2. The Cubs improve to 11-7. The Dodgers fall to 11-6. So, Mo, that means after an 8-0 start, the Dodgers are 3-6. Their last 9, they have dropped 3 consecutive series.
Interested in your thoughts. An observation that I have is that, yes, there's been a couple of defensive plays here and there. One in particular by Tommy Edman in today's game. But other than that, the Dodgers really seem out of sync. From an offensive standpoint, From a defensive standpoint,